Hello, everybody. Well, hi, honey. She's a little slow today. I think she has a tummy ache. I think she ate something that didn't agree with her. She has not been feeling very well today. So we'll still do the Blue Buffalo treats, but we're going to go easy on them, aren't we? She's so perfect. I love her so much. Hello, Buzzy Pug. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Mark Addy. Hello, C-Rex, honey. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. Speaking of you, ta-da! I haven't opened it yet, but apparently this is kitty treats from Jerry. Oh my gosh, it's Squeezums! Treat, meow, squeeze, and thank you. Skin and coat support. Perfect. Thank you so much. Oh, they're gonna love them. They're licky treats. Oh, I can't wait to let Tiny Kitten inside. Tiny Kitten's my little talker. She says, I love you. And it's the cutest, sweetest thing ever. And then I tried to get Earl on camera with Ava, and Earl just ended up, come on, baby. Earl ended up jumping off the bed and laying down next to Ava and rolling around. It was so funny. I laughed so hard. Oh, Jerry, thank you so much. They're gonna love them. They're tuna flavored. That's actually one of their favorites. Hello, Spider-Man. Yeah, there's 2 packs, and there's 4 in each pack. So it's perfect. Because that means, I've got 4 cats. But they share. They're not going to each get a licky treat. They're going to share them. I say that, and then I give them all to them. Hello, Patrick B. Thank you, Jerry. Oh no. Jerry, I'm so sorry you're in the hospital. None of us like it. I'm so sorry, buddy. Well, I hope hanging out with us makes you feel better. I hope I can give you at least some of a smile. Oh, you're home now. Okay, good. Well, I hope everything works out well. I was talking to Charlie earlier, and he too is not feeling well, but I did get my other pack of coffee that Charlie sent me. I gotta see what flavor this one is. Hopefully this one doesn't explode on me like the last one did. Although that was hilarious. That was quite funny. I did laugh. And it was actually my favorite coffee that he has sent me. It was so good. And yes, I finished that whole bag this morning. So this thermos is the 8 o'clock bean variety that I had gotten when I got 6 bags of coffee. Ooh, this is that Joe coffee. He sent me one of these the last go round. He says he's had to learn a lot about coffee just to find flavors for me, and I think that's the sweetest thing. He's like researching coffee, which he's never known anything about. You're inside. When did you sneak in? When did you come in, tiny kitten? I didn't even know she was in the house. Dreamed up in Boulder, Colorado by real fun pet people. That's so cute. Oh, no, Ava, honey, you can't have this. Oh, we'll give you one more treat. One more. That's your 3. Oh, you're not even going to come out from under the desk. You guys get a snout. That's what you get. Okay, there we go. Poor Ava. I hate that she's not feeling well. Excuse me. Tiny kitten. Psst, psst, psst. Tiny kitten. Tiny. Hey, Tiny. My treat? Come here, baby. Tiny kitten. Hey, baby girl. I love you. Tiny. Hold on, you gotta come up here where they can see you. Here we go. This is from Jerry. I love you. He's like, I'm eating, Mom. It's thicker than the usual ones. Hi, baby girl. Oh, you are so pretty. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, she's... Oh, Earl, hi, buddy. Here, buddy. I love you. You're not going to talk. You're not going to talk right now, are you? You're going to make everybody think I'm lying about it. I'm making it up that I have a talking cat. Nobody's going to believe me. But she really does. Here you go, Earl. I'll get the squeezies out for you. There. There. Oh, I know. Everybody has to go into their own YouTube studio and change it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Jerry sent them 2 bags, so they're super happy now. They're super happy. I love you. You gonna say it? Are you gonna tell everybody that? No, you're just gonna be cute. That's all you're good at, isn't it? And you got tuna on your nose. You're not gonna let me get it, are you? I got it. I love you. Hello, Jenny Green. Hello, Mortimer Duke. Good to see you, sweetie. I didn't even have to send the cat signal out. I got some fun stuff for us tonight, guys. Yes, I do. Tomorrow, I'm gonna run something Old Squishy told me about. He said it might be good for a live, and I think it might be, but it needs editing. Hello, Sir Philip. My pet video? You really think so? I would have thought if any of them went viral, it would have been the one where Ava moves off the stairs. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. It's the funniest one. I love it so much. I'm looking. She's so polite. Let's see if I can search. I'm sure I put polite in it. No. She's so... No. Let's see, did I put Ava? No. Well then. I'm terrible at this game. I must not have put anything in the description for it. I swear I thought I did. But anyways, I'll find it. Maybe I'll find it while I'm playing the videos, and then we'll take a break. Because she literally moved off the stairs for me. Buttons. Oh, what did I push? What is that? Dev tools. I accidentally went into the dev tools. Nope. Okay. Dagnabbit. All right, I will find it. Hello, Sandy Herd. Oh, and we've got a Squishy. Hello, Squishy. I just told everybody that I'm running the video you recommended tomorrow. That's no good. At least it's aiming for the back end and not the front. That would be worse, I think. I don't know for sure for you guys. I'm just assuming from what I've heard. I mean, you don't go up 3 octaves when I kick you in the arse. Yes, that's why I wasn't doing it tonight. By the time I saw the message, I was like, ooh, maybe tomorrow. Well, usually I can blame things on Morty, but he ain't feeling well. All right. I'm going to put the videos on so that I can look for that Ava video because it's so cute. Oh, goodness.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start from the top. Mr. Anderson, Keegan Anderson, if you're present, unmute yourself.
Present.
There we go. All right, Mr. Anderson, you are here on a citation for speeding 50 miles over the limit. You heard the information about the deferral program. Are you wanting to enter that deferral program?
No, I do not, but I do have a different question.
Okay.
So I was told that I have to appear in the actual Cowlitz court the building itself, and then they told me that I had to be a part of the Zoom call. So I was asking if there was any kind of request option to have a live courtroom where I actually stand in front of a judge in the same room.
No, we are doing all infractions via Zoom.
There's no way you guys could set a motion for that?
The courts are very busy, and we don't have a whole lot of courtrooms available. So infractions are held via Zoom.
Okay, I just don't feel comfortable with that because that seems a little of a biased way to do it, and plus that kind of falls under the jurisdiction of kangaroo court. And I just would like to request the right to a fair trial in person. I mean, there also is a court house down in Vancouver where I'm from, because I had to drive an hour up north just to be here, just to be on a Zoom call.
Okay. So are you wanting to proceed with your contested hearing?
I guess that's my only option at this point.
Okay. At this time, since you are contesting the state's allegations, I'll let you proceed with providing your evidence and information.
Well, pretty much the story was I was heading southbound, coming home from Cathlamet, Washington for my church Bible camp. And I was on a road that was about 25 miles an hour. It was a snake pattern road, and it was raining. And by the time I came to the clearing, I came onto this road where it was 50 miles an hour, and I was driving 45. And then the state trooper, Officer Predes, pulled me over and told me I was going 75 in a 50, which was completely asinine and not true. And he failed to provide me evidence on his radar gun that I was going that speed. And he also said that his radar gun worked by sound. So he said that my car was heard by a sound radar before he even saw my car passing him. And he still failed to provide evidence of even that claim. And then after I provided my license, registration, and insurance, he went back to his car and he came back with a traffic infraction ticket for speeding 15 miles and over in a 40 mile an hour zone, which also is not correct. So are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, I lost a visual of you, so thought I'd ask. But I'm contesting today for a 100% reduction of a crime I did not commit, and I would like to go about my day.
Okay. Let me just quickly read through the report here. All right. Having read through the report, it does look like
You don't need that seat. Okay, thank you.
Trooper Kreitz does indicate that the radar unit had been calibrated both before and checked for accuracy with certified tuning forks before and after his shift. And the speed that he monitored was consistent with vehicle speed. So we are going to find that committed, and let's see here.
And then we waited in line at Impel for like an hour.
That is a fine of $170. We will send this this information to you, and you'll have 60 days to make payment or make payment arrangements with the court. You'll get this in the mail. And if there's any question about whether or not we have your accurate mailing address, go ahead and call the court clerk and make sure that's updated with them.
Okay, so who would I talk to about the right to accuse you of a mistrial?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So who would I contact about mistrials?
You'd have to consult an attorney. I can't give you any legal advice on that.
Okay.
These are all 7 cases that are.
Any other questions?
You have my email address?
No.
Do you have my mailing address?
Mailing address in Vancouver.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I suppose that's the end of my hearing.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
It sure is, buddy. Everything he said is wrong. That falls under kangaroo court jurisdiction. And yeah, it doesn't. No, for the infraction calendar, the officer just has to submit a report. The report has to be very specific on its details, and if it's missing any one little minor detail, the judge will throw it out. At least Judge, what is it, Vickers, or something like that. He will go through the report with a fine-tooth comb looking for any errors to throw things out. Well, he got put on the Zoom tablet and he's not happy about it. Yeah. Hello, K. John Boom, honey.
Number 5 on the docket, 25-2-92608, the Abol Living Trust v. Michelle LeBaum, Cindy Nelson. I know I have Mr. McCreary on the line for plaintiffs. Good afternoon.
Hello.
And then they're an iPad booth. Is this Cindy Nielsen and Michelle LeBaum?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. McCreary, I will turn it over to you.
Your Honor, this is on my client's motion for contempt. You ordered that folks remove from the property and basically abate the nuisance and illegal activity that's going on there, between it being a campground illegally and the county nuisance abatement warnings that we've received regarding all the trash and whatnot. And it wasn't removed. The people were not gone by the time set by the court. And so we brought this motion on for contempt, and we're asking the court to enter sanctions. I guess I could say I gave the court a list of things to sort of select from if the court so desires. Primarily, or firstly, the attorney's fees and costs for having to bring the motion, potentially striking the defendant's pleadings, and ordering default be entered along with a judgment for a writ of ejectment. We provided photographs, and clearly the place has not been cleaned up and things moved out.
It's not their property, though. It's not a homeless camp on public property. It's a homeless camp on private land that someone else now owns.
Are saying that Ms. Nielsen and Ms. LeBaum moved out, but it doesn't look to have changed much. So that's our request to the court.
All right. So I don't know who wants to speak first, Ms. LeBaum or Ms. Nielsen.
I will.
And Your Honor, I will say that's my motion for contempt. I also have a motion for summary judgment pending.
Thank you.
I was out, my trailer was empty and I was out of the property by the 15th. The trailer was there until I think the 21st or 22nd. I gave it to a homeless girl, and she was just trying to get somebody to come and get it for her and pull it off of there. And one of the trailers was unmovable. It was a hazard to move it. And so the guy who was in that one was tearing it down. You could see it being tore down in the pictures.
So where do we stand here today with what's left to be done? What do you need to still remove?
There's one motorhome on there. The guy who's been staying in that was sick, and he just got out of the hospital. He's staying at a friend's house right now until he recovers a little bit better. But that's about the only thing that's, as far as the RVs that are left on the property, it's just the motorhome. But he's not in it. It's just there.
Whose motorhome is it?
It's, his name's Ron Bordorsky, I think is his Bordowski.
So it's not yours, is what you're
No.
telling me.
Nope. Mine is gone. My trailer's gone.
Are your belongings gone?
Yeah, I just have a couple little things there. I have like a swimming pool that's in the box that I haven't taken off, but that's about it.
Okay. Did you also want to speak, ma'am?
Oh, no,
No.
everything.
Okay.
No, Cindy wasn't out on the property, so.
Okay. And just to make sure for our record, because I might have, oh, okay, they got that correct. We were just clarifying who was doing the speaking. I just want to make sure, Michelle LeBaum, you are the one speaking, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Mr. McCreary, based on that, anything you want to add?
I mean, Ms. Nielsen is the one who claims at some level that isn't entirely clear at this point that that title was in the name of Ammon Taylor, who is not Ms. Nielsen. So, you know, someone takes your bike and you go and confront them about it, and what they tell you, no, my friend bought it. That doesn't mean that it's your bike to keep. Same thing with this property. You don't just show up and say the guy who used to live here allegedly bought it, and now I'm here because I knew him or I was in a relationship with him or whatever. There's no rights here. And the contempt motion is, I mean, it had to be brought because Your Honor's order to remove things from the property was not completed. This is these folks and all others, and they're, you know, to some extent, Ms. Nielsen is claiming that somehow she's the owner or has rights to it, but yet she didn't clear out all the other people who were on the property, essentially under her control, if she's actually some kind of owner. So as it stands, we still have the people on the property, even though Your Honor has entered an order. The notion that things are being disassembled on the property doesn't really help the case for defendants. My client now has junk in a state of disassembly going on the property. And you can see from our process servers affidavit, there are people who show up and apparently are just freestyle living out there, and my client owns property that he can't do much with because there's people out there just choosing to live there, perhaps just moved in since the court originally entered an order. We have to, I would submit we need to create some level of order on the property, and we're trying to use the courts as the appropriate means to do that.
So here's what I'm going to do, and I, very much take into account, I've let Ms. LeBaum speak. I don't have anything in writing. There's no proof that these things have been moved. There's some indications there's still things there. I am going to, I'm going to bifurcate this a bit, knowing, I believe our summary judgment hearing is set for the 3rd. Is that right? December 3rd?
I think so. I think it's the 3rd or the 4th.
I don't remember offhand.
Yep, I have it right in front of me. So we are set for summary judgment on the underlying ejectment action, which will move forward on December 3rd. For the motion in front of me today, I am going to find contempt. I don't believe that my order has been fully complied with. On number 2 of that order, and I can make these changes, or Mr. McCreary, you can send a proposed order over, but on number 2, in order to avoid a further finding of non-compliance, the date set in that is going to be November 21st, so next Friday. Everything, so that includes all RVs, all motorhomes, all trailers, all personal property, etc., needs to be fully moved to avoid further noncompliance, I will award sanctions in the amount of $1,500 in attorney fees and $100 in costs for having to bring this contempt motion.
Holy cats. $1,600 penalty to that lady. Or from that lady. Penalty imposed on that lady. Wow. I don't think she's got that much. You know, here's the biggest problem with this is there are resources. There is help available. Many of them don't want the help because that involves having to give up the drugs or the lifestyle, or there's a lot of reasons. Some, like in California, there are some that say they actually make money being homeless because of the benefits they receive from it. And so they choose to be. Some have made it a lifestyle. Some are absolutely just down on their luck. I don't think anybody would want to be homeless in Washington in the winter. But I don't know. I've never been there. But there really are resources. And a lot of them choose not to take advantage of them. So it's not an entirely, no, not everyone does. You're absolutely right. Not everyone does. But it's something that there are a lot that do fit in that, especially with the drugs. That's the number one reason they're homeless. Drugs and mental illness. But there are resources that they choose not to take advantage of. So there's only so much that you can do.
I am going to reserve on the requests under 5 and 6. That is striking pleadings and issuing the writ of ejectment. I'll reserve those to our December 3rd hearing. And depending on the result of the summary judgment hearing, those may become moot or not, but we'll address them. If I don't grant summary judgment, I'll address it in the contempt hearing at that time.
Okay, so this is, I'm fine with the court handwriting
Okay.
changes to the order. And so we're effectively setting a review of this for December 3rd.
Correct. So we already have the summary judgment on the underlying writ on the 3rd. So we'll add, it'll show up as 2 dockets, the summary judgment and review on contempt. And then I will amend the order that was prepared. It'll keep in numbers 2, 3, and 4 of your proposed order and reserve on 5 and 6 to December 3rd.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And what I would anticipate is the court will want some proof relating to the condition of the property prior to the December 3rd hearing. If the operative date is the 3rd, then we probably don't know in real time. If the operative date is the 1st, then I can get pictures and a declaration.
So, and hopefully I didn't skip over this, that under number 2, that compliance date is going to be the 21st.
Right. Okay.
So
Sorry, I was
my,
putting 2 things
yeah,
together there and I didn't
yeah,
piece that.
no, it's, well, and that was my thought too. So, was that your firm may need a week to figure out if things were complied with before we come back on the 3rd.
Okay.
We don't record everything in Spy Bale's property.
Say that again. I didn't hear you, ma'am.
Oh, I was just saying that we don't have court on the 21st. Everything just has
Correct.
to be off the property.
Correct. Correct. So I'm giving you about 10 days to further comply with this order before a second contempt motion could potentially be heard. So 10 days to kind of get that done. If you want to submit proof that following week that it was complied with, you also have time to do that before the December 3rd hearing.
Okay.
Okay.
And we turn in any pictures we turn into the courts after
You
the,
can,
right?
you can file anything with the court.
Okay,
We don't typically allow colored pictures. Those could get turned away. So,
okay.
okay. Anything else, Mr. McCreary, on this case?
In terms of the date by which those pictures or affidavits would be submitted, would that be on Monday, the 1st?
Let's do, since that is a holiday week, that next week, I know Thursday, and I would probably set Friday, but that won't happen. So let's do that for everyone. If there's additional materials for me to review before the 3rd, have those filed with the clerk by Monday, December 1st. If you do wait that long, please give a second just bench copy because it won't get scanned in 2 days.
Okay. What's the bench?
Okay.
What's a bench copy?
A bench copy is, so if I want to file this paper with the clerk, I
Right.
just make a second copy. It's not filed with the clerk. It's given to court administration just to give directly to me.
Okay.
So 2 pieces of paper, one gets filed, one gets sent back as a draft, a copy.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry
Yes.
for a little extra new business with this, but I don't have any mailing address for these folks. So we're forced to send a process server out there, and that's not entirely safe in my process server's estimation.
Okay.
There was a gruff gentleman who came out and approached her after talking with one of the women she found out there and sort of chased her off. And so we had to send a different process server who is a large bearded gentleman. And I would rather not have to jump through those hoops. And I would assume that these folks are obligated to provide some mailing address to us.
Oh my. So it's not, it's not just a homeless encampment with a bunch of people who don't belong there and don't pay anything to be there. They're also aggressive. That's a fantastic combination.
Yeah. So do you all have a mailing address or
Yeah. Ostrander Road.
hold on, you're gonna have to repeat that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ostrander Road.
Okay.
Okay, that is the address that we will deem sufficient service mailed to, okay?
Okay. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, anything else on this matter?
I think that's everything.
Okay. All right, thank you all. We'll see you back on the 3rd.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, he had to send a large bearded man to do the process serving because at first he sent a woman and the woman talked to one of the people on the grounds of this property that doesn't belong to them, and a man came out and was aggressive towards her and chased her off the property. And so the next process server that they sent, they made sure to send a very large bearded man so that he wouldn't be intimidated. Like, hey, we found a new job for veterans.
To the clerks or admin, anything else we need to do on this docket?
And then I have State of Kansas versus Amari Priester, 2025 CR 1058. Would you state the appearances, please?
State appears by Assistant District Attorney Devin Canfield.
Your Honor, I will enter my appearance on behalf of Mr. Priester. Mr.
He is
Shaheen,
not,
yeah.
he does not represent me. He is not my
Okay,
attorney.
Mr. Priester, you have said that probably at least 40 times in my presence. I understand
So
your
why-
statement and your position. At this point, Mr. Shaheen represents you as far as the court is concerned.
No, you cannot force that on me.
And
I do
then
not
I
consent to
need
that.
Mr. Priester muted so that I can proceed
I
with
do
the
not
hearing.
consent to that.
Okay, the court did order a competency evaluation, particularly in light of the fact that Mr. Priester wishes to represent himself. I am not convinced that he is competent to represent himself. Therefore, I asked Bert Nash through Sarah Godinez to do that evaluation. He refused to come out of his cell, refused to talk to her even through the cell. So she was unable to do the competency evaluation. Pursuant to KSA 223302, when that is the case, I have the authority to order Mr. Priester held and then transported to either Osawatomie State Hospital or Larned State Security Hospital for that evaluation, because I do find that just based upon my interaction in the courtroom with Mr. Priester that there may be a competency issue and we need to get that sorted out before we can proceed any further with this case. That is the court's opinion. Mr. Canfield, do you have any thoughts on that issue?
Your Honor, I have no objection to proceeding in that fashion.
Okay, and Mr. Shaheen?
Your Honor, you laid it out very clearly. I have no anything additional to add. As a matter of fact, I did go to the jail to try to talk to Mr. Priester, and I didn't get any farther. So with that information, I do not object.
Okay. And after Mr. Priester's appearance would have been on October 1st, I told him, I had ordered a competency evaluation and gave him the opportunity while he was at liberty to make arrangements with Bert Nash to get that done. He didn't do that. Now he won't cooperate while he's in jail. This is the final step to get that done. So thank you, Mr. Priester. You're excused.
Thank you. And for further court dates, should we just email?
Oh, let me give you a review date. These usually take months. January 7th.
Thank you.
That works.
That works for the defense.
Okay. That'd be at 2 on a docket. Thank you. I don't show anybody else in custody, is that correct?
Judge, I have two others. I have Polly Wiggins and Aaron Montoya.
Okay. I have State of Kansas versus Aaron Montoya, 2025 CR 894, 2024 CR 601, 2025 CR 394. Would you state the appearances, please?
State by Todd Hyatt.
Mr. Montoya appears in person in custody with counsel Kylie Roop appearing on the felony matters.
And on the matter ending 394 by Sam Allison Tully of Kansas Holistic Defenders.
Okay, it's my understanding, my recollection is I signed a transport order for Mr. Montoya to have treatment, and that we'd reset this on the docket for November 19th.
There was your assistant said you wanted to meet with him before he went off for treatment, so I got reset from the 19th to the 12th.
Yes, okay. Lots of cases.
Yes, sir.
The purpose of this is I wanted to have a discussion with Mr. Montoya about what it means to go to treatment on a body receipt. Mr. Montoya, you will be transported to treatment by the Sheriff's Department, and then you will be dropped off at treatment. You will still be in custody because you are going to go there on a body receipt. That means you cannot leave treatment for any reason other than in a sheriff's car. If you want to leave, we can't force you to stay, but you have to make arrangements with the sheriff to come and get you and take you back to the Douglas County Correctional Facility. This even would, if you don't do it, it's considered an escape from custody, and that would be another felony. You could get charged with an escape from custody even if you call your mother and your mother comes and gets you and your mother drives you directly to the jail and, turns you over to booking. that would still be considered an escape from custody. Do you understand that, Mr. Montoya?
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions about anything I just told you?
Nope, I'm very clear on it.
Okay. Then, Mr. Hyatt, is there anything else we need to take up today? Ms. Rube?
Your Honor, I do believe we need another court date. We're just requesting a status when he gets back.
Okay, and then Mr. Allison Natale,
Just joining that request.
is this a 28-day treatment?
It's 28 days, so I believe December 17th is the expected date that he'll be done.
Well, if he's done that day, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be back. I don't know where he's going to treatment for sure.
He'll be at Vallejo.
Oh, okay, he ought to be back. Okay. Let's set this then for a review for December 17th.
Yes, it's Judge Pokorny. I was wondering who would be first to notice it, you or Mortimer Duke. Yes, Jerry wins the night. I noticed it when editing, and I'm like, one of them's gonna say something. One of them is gonna notice it. The judge's name is Judge Pokorny. Oh, you say enough by not saying anything at all.
At 2. Anything else we can do, Mr. Hyatt?
Oh, ma'am.
Mr. Okay, then Mr. Allison Natale.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and we'll see you all on the 17th. Thank you, Mr. Montoya.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The State of Kansas versus Natasha Neal, 2025 CR 345, 2025 CR 704. Would you state the appearances, please?
This is the oh my.
It appears through Senior Assistant District Attorney Ricardo Leal.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court, Ms. Neal's present via Zoom and with Counsel Hadam Shaheen, present person.
We had reset the preliminary hearing in this matter for December 5th at 10. And then why are we here today? I've lost track of that.
Your Honor, it's my understanding Ms. Neal had contacted my office as well as your division because while we set the go preliminary hearing for a 2-hour period that worked for our schedules and for Ms. Neal when she was anticipated to be off probation at work, something fell through with employment and she would like to have the date moved up. And that would be for
Your Honor,
on 25 CR 345.
Yes.
I cannot get a job because they are showing up. I lost one job, just got another one just last week. I've talked to KBI. They said it's coming from the agency. I asked them which agency is with these type of charges on my background.
Well, I understand that. And, but since the last time we talked, I've set a lot more cases and I could do it Friday afternoon, November 14th at 2.
I could make that work.
That's I mean, but that's not guaranteed, Ms. Neal. It may get continued because I have jury trials set that week and maybe they'll be finished and maybe they won't. And if they aren't, then we're going to bump you and I can guarantee it's going to be after December 5th. So you're taking your chances that it's going to be sooner.
The 14th, I'd rather do the 14th as soon as possible. I can't survive. I can't take care of my daughter. I can't do anything.
Well, I'm just saying that if my other jury trials are still going, I'm going to bump you and it's going to be past December 5th, probably. You understand that concept of that date isn't going to stay open?
Your Honor,
Yes.
looking through the witness lists of who's been subbed, keeping in mind I'm not familiar with facts of this case. I only have to go off of what Mr. Carey, who he subbed. I've got at least 2 he has subbed detectives who are not available.
On the 14th?
Yes.
Okay. So, same problem, Ms. Neal, the next week, all week, I have 2 jury trials scheduled.
And
Yeah.
if I may, the brothers Brown are unavailable from the 13th through the 29th, and they are both subpoenaed.
Okay, so that's why we probably landed on December 5th.
That's what I would guess.
Okay.
I don't know other than that.
Okay. Well, Ms. Neal, it looks like December 5th is the soonest we can do it.
We landed on December 5th because I was on probation. They already asked for a continuance for one of the detectives, which is, I find that strange because when we was going through my baby's trial, there's an officer that had a funeral to go to, and they told him he could not go to the funeral because of this. So we got pushed back because of them last time, saying the detective was available. Now they're not available again.
They're busy. That's all I can say. They have a job that they have other things they're subpoenaed for, other obligations that make them unavailable because of their profession. So,
You know, a concept you're not familiar with at the moment. I don't know if that was a intentional diss from the judge, but good one, Judge Pokorny.
so December 5th is when we'll see you, 10 to noon.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
May I withdraw? That's
Yes.
Thank you.
Next is State v. Vicky Weatherwax. All right, I'll take appearances.
Lauren Lawson, legal intern for the state.
Guys, the video does go out in this one. It freezes for about half of this particular hearing, but I had to show this one because I have the follow-up hearing, and it provides context. And I mean, there's not much to see. So yeah. I think you're gonna enjoy it, even though it still frames for half of this particular hearing.
And defendant appears out of custody pro se.
Great. Are you Vicky Lynn Weatherwax?
Yes, just to let you know, I have trouble hearing out of this one ear.
All right.
So, okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, and that is me.
All right. Ms. Weatherwax, did you receive a copy of the complaint that was filed in your case?
I did, thank you. And you can waive my right to hear.
All right. But I do want to go through, it looks like in count 1, you've been charged with driving under the influence, third offense, which is a level 6 non-person felony. The penalty range for that is a minimum of 17 months to a maximum of 46 months imprisonment and fine not more than $100,000 as a condition of any probation granted under this subsection. The person shall serve at least 30 days of confinement after minimum custody requirements are met, may be able to serve a combination of imprisonment, work release, or possibly house arrest.
I have a business and I live alone and I have a dog.
Okay. Let me get through this real quick, and then if we need to take up any of those issues, we can, all right?
Okay.
Count 2 is circumvention of an ignition interlock device. That's a Class A non-person misdemeanor. Penalty range is up to a year in the county jail or a fine up to $2,500. Count 3 is reckless driving, first offense as an unclassified misdemeanor. Penalty range is not less than 5 days in jail, but not more than 90 days imprisonment or jail, and a fine not to of a fine not less than 25 nor more than $500 or both. All right. Do you understand that those are the penalty ranges for the 3 offenses that you have been charged with?
Right, I've been reading and I've been researching, so.
Okay. All right. My understanding is you are interested in applying for court-appointed counsel. Is that correct?
Well, I don't think I totally, I think I need counsel to help me with a few items. I'm not wanting to make this a big drawn out ordeal that is costing the taxpayers and the court money or myself. But I do have a few questions I could probably use help with.
Okay. My question for you is, do you intend to hire an attorney to represent you, or are you interested
don't
in
know
court-appointed
yet.
counsel? Okay. All right.
I don't, yeah, I'm still trying to decide that.
Okay. Well, I can set your case to the next court date, which is November 12th at 2 p.m. That'll be
November 12th?
Yep.
Okay.
November 12th, 2 p.m., and that'll be in Division 2.
Oops, I'm sorry.
That should give you,
My pen's not working.
you'll get a slip over here with that date.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Your Honor. I don't know what your name is.
Jeff Hyman.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, November 12th at 2 p.m., did you say?
Correct, and that'll be in Division 2. So you will have a little bit of time before your next court date that if you're wanting to hire your own attorney, you can hopefully take advantage of that time to do so. Ultimately, I guess if you come back to court on November the 12th, and you've decided that you want to have court-appointed counsel, you can, fill out the paperwork and the judge can take that up at that time, okay?
If I do hire somebody, it will most likely be one of the Rilings.
Okay, very good. That's your choice, right?
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Okay, we're not quite done.
Okay,
we'll need
I was
to,
just
I
hoping.
think you're here on a summons today, so do we need to set a bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, actually, okay, I'm sorry.
Apologies. The state is going to be requesting an OR bond. She's appeared in court, so the state would just be recommending 5,000 OR, but just with the special conditions of no drugs or alcohol or other mind-altering substance.
They actually charged me at the time $1,500, and a week or two later, it was refunded to me.
Right. Okay. So here is what the state's position is that you be granted a $5,000 own recognizance bond, meaning that you're not required to put up any money for that. You're basically required to sign the bond and promise to appear. Since you are here today on a summons, if I impose that bond, what's going to be required of you is we're going to give you some paperwork. You're going to have to report out to the jail to be processed and to sign that bond. And there'll be certain timeframes in which you'll need to do that. So.
Okay, I gave them $1,500 cash that day.
I understand.
Okay.
Yep. But since you're here on a summons today, you'll have to go out and sign this bond. Okay.
I do?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna impose the $5,000 OR bond with those conditions that you not consume any illegal drugs, alcohol, or other illegal substances while you're on bond. We'll have the paperwork for you that you'll need to fill out, the paperwork that you'll need to take with you when you go to the jail, okay? Is there anything else on Miss Weatherwax's case?
I'm still a little confused about that. So I go to the jail and you're giving me paperwork, and does it have to be jail, or can I go to like the police department?
And you'll need to go out to the Douglas County Jail with this
Okay.
paperwork, and they will process you, and then you'll sign your bond, and then you'll be released on that own recognizance bond, okay?
Okay, I can't just give you the check back. I still
No.
have.
Nope, you'll have to do this, okay? All right, and there are definitely some timeframes that you have to comply with, so,
Okay.
so we'll get you that
Am I
paperwork.
getting that information today so
Yes.
I know I followed the instructions correctly?
Yeah, we'll give that paperwork to you here shortly.
Okay. Can I sit down?
Is there anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, if you want to sit tight for a second, we'll get you that paperwork.
State of Kansas versus Vicky Weatherwax, 2025 TR 1825. Would you state your appearances, please?
State appears by Assistant District Attorney Devin Canfield.
And you are Vicky Weatherwax? Ms. Weatherwax, at your last hearing on October 23rd, not that long ago, you indicated that you wanted to hire your own attorney. How's that going?
That's not really how I remember it. I was told to go for rebooking and pay a bond of $5,000.
No, that isn't what you were told. What you were told is that you appeared on a summons. And since that's a summons, you still need to be booked into jail. Did you go do that? Did you go to the jail and get booked in?
Yes.
Okay,
Again, for a second time.
well,
The first time, when I was arrested. And then I came to court and I got a paper that said no charges are being filed against you at this time.
mm-hmm.
And I got my $1,500 bond back.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's this, like 6 months later, I got a notice to appear. And so I appeared, and then I was told to go back in and be rebooked and pay $5,000. But they didn't accept the $5,000.
Right, because it was an OR. So you were not ordered to pay any money. You were just ordered to sign a piece of paper that said, if I don't appear, I will pay $5,000.
But what we do know is she can afford her own darn lawyer. Because she said at the last hearing that she gave them $1,500 cash on the spot. That means she had $1,500 in her wallet. And now she's like, I tried giving them $5,000, but they didn't take it from me because it was an OR bond. Yeah, she can definitely afford her own lawyer.
As long as I appear, it's just an own recognizance bond. You want to show that to Mr. Canfield so he can point that out to you where it says an OR bond, not cash surety? Okay, so you still need to go do that.
And what?
So you still need to go to the jail and get booked in if you've not done that.
And I believe she stated she had, I could be incorrect, but I thought she said she'd gone a second time.
Yeah.
This was a DUI. She would have had booking from the first arrest. And then when we are waiting on what I assume is KBI, that was when the summons was issued. So I don't see anything out of order, out of a typical case. I think at this point, we are just needing to determine whether an attorney needs to be appointed.
Okay. So let's get back to talking about an attorney. Do you think you can hire your own attorney?
Yes, I'm gonna have a consultation with a couple of them.
Okay. Do you have those consultations set up yet?
Sorry.
Are those consultations set up yet?
No. I thought when I came in today, this was my mistake. I thought I would be pleading guilty or not guilty.
Nope, not quite yet.
Okay.
So, my suggestion, Ms. Weatherwax, is let's set this out to December 17th at 2. That'll give you just a little over a month to hire an attorney. If you find that you cannot hire an attorney, as soon as you make that determination, come back here to the courthouse, talk to my administrative assistant in Division 2, and you'll be asking her for an application for court-appointed counsel. You'll fill that out. I'll review it. If I think you're eligible for court-appointed counsel, then I'll I'll get one appointed. And then you can appear on the 17th with that appointed attorney.
December 17th at 2.
2. Back here in this courtroom. Okay, thank you. Okay, you're excused. State of Kansas versus Paul Holliday, 2025 CR 701. Would you state the appearances, please?
State by Devin Canfield.
Mr. Holliday, you had indicated when you were here about 6 weeks ago that you were going to hire Brandon Smith. How's that gone?
Not so well. I lost both my jobs because I worked for the union up in Kansas City, so I had to commute to Kansas City, and getting a ride up there every day has been affecting me for getting there. And Uber's too expensive, so I've lost both my jobs. Right now, I'm currently not working. I'm looking. The hall's looking for a job for me right now, but so I guess you're gonna have to appoint me one.
Okay, did you fill out the application for court-appointed counsel? Okay, well, we've lost our court security, Mr. Canfield. Can you go back there? There should be an application in that hanging folder on the wall.
Is there any way I can get my license to get to work and just get communicate back and forth to work?
Mr. Holliday, I don't have any control over driver's licenses. That all comes administratively from the state of Kansas. So you'll have to deal with driver control. Department of Revenue driver control. Okay, so have a seat and let me know when you've filled that out.
Sure.
You can get back to Mr. Canfield.
And Your Honor, as of today,
Mm-hmm.
I got served my divorce papers and child support and all this stuff, so I'll be in court for that soon. I didn't put that on there because I just got served with it today when I showed up here, so
Okay.
I haven't had time to go through this packet.
Got it. Okay, well, I'm going to appoint Michael Clark to represent you. And you have a pen still? Okay. His number is 832. Yes, it is. Okay, that sounds good. And then
He lost both of his jobs, and then his wife said, "For rich or for poorer? Hell no." Oh my.
I'm looking to see if he's already on the docket for tomorrow or next week. He is. So, why don't you come back? That'll be November 19th at 2:00. And that'll be for what we call a no-go preliminary hearing. Mr. Holliday, we will let Mr. Clark know today that he's been appointed to represent you and that everybody needs to be here on the docket next week. So, but also call him to see if you can set up an appointment.
I cannot be here all day.
Okay. You're excused. Thank you. Well, he's having a very, very, very bad day.
Even the judge had to comment on it.
Okay, I show that that's the end of our docket.
I believe so. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you. You're all excused.
247698DS. This is the plaintiff's motion for custody, parenting time, and domicile. Plaintiff is in the courtroom. She's in pro se. Mr. McAdams appears via the Zoom application. He is in pro se as well. Will both parties please raise your right hands?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God.
Yes. Thank you. You may put your hands down. Ms. McAdams, what are you asking? I'm sorry, Ms. Stewart, I apologize. What are you asking?
I am asking the court for help. My son has managed to get himself into quite a bit of trouble with some of the local teens. He is not abiding by the probation stipulations. Any requests at all. I have lost complete and utter control of my child. He continues to break house rules, probation rules, school rules on a daily basis, multiple times a day. I am asking for help. I honestly believe that sending him to his father is going to be the best course of action for him. They have better schools, not necessarily better, but schools with
Better schools.
more schools with programs for my son. I can't say better. I cannot say, because I
You did
honestly have to
initially,
say,
so
I did, and I
I'm
do
a product
apologize.
of these local
I am
schools
very
too.
fond
So a lot
of Bad Axe High, to be honest, and they know it. I praise them every day. I can't do what they do, that's for sure. And there are a lot of wonderful people that are surrounding my son and helping him, but it's not enough.
What state is Mr. McAdams in?
Indiana,
Wasn't this the matter where there was a permanent PPO?
there was,
That was since removed.
correct,
Was that from the state of Florida?
yes.
Okay, so I do remember this. And I don't want to refer to the child's name, but isn't there an open case in the juvenile division as well? In other words, a DL,
I'm not sure what a DL is.
delinquency.
Um,
You mentioned the child is not following probation.
absolutely.
He's
Absolutely.
under the court system currently.
Yes, and I have spoken with this probation officer. She understands what I am trying to do. The main problem.
Ms. Levine?
Yes. Yes. And she's fabulous. She has offered support, advice around the clock. She has been there. My biggest difficulty is that I do have other children in the home who are suffering because of his actions on a daily. I love my son, and I really want a true success story for him. I want him to be successful in life. If he continues down this road, there will be no success.
So you're saying this would be in the child's best interest?
Absolutely.
When's the last time the child's been around father?
It's been about 8 years, unfortunately.
8 years?
Yes, sir.
Is there any communication between father and child in the past 8 years?
No. And honestly, it's a long story. And that is actually how I managed to get the indefinite injunction dropped. Because Mr. McAdams was wrongfully accused of a crime he did not commit. And I have to say
Is
that.
this an alleged crime involving the child?
It was. My son lied.
Whatever happened to that criminal case? I'm assuming there was one.
There was.
What happened?
Unfortunately, Todd McAdams served 3.5 years in county awaiting trial. And finally, there was not enough evidence to convict him. So they offered him a plea, which he took.
What was the plea to?
I was 2 child abuse charges, which I do not. feel
Without any injury.
Correct, without any injury.
My uncle's got cancer, Your Honor.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I'll get to you in just a minute.
I am desperately trying to right a wrong. And I know that my son would benefit greatly. He needs to learn how to be a boy and swing a hammer, how to cut grass. He needs to learn that if you aren't in school, that there is manual labor out there. He needs to learn how to fish. He needs to learn how to be a boy. Right now, he is doing some really bad things.
How old is the child?
He's 14.
14. Before I go to Mr. McAdams, might be some jurisdiction issues here. There's a DL file. Ms. Schultz?
There
You
is
put your juvenile hat on for me, please.
there's an open companion file in terms of a delinquency action, Your Honor, that's currently not adjudicated from the informal court docket. So it would be either subject, my understanding is it's either subject to moving forward based on behaviors that are being reported by T, or it could be dismissed should the court be willing to grant the motion before that.
I don't have that DL file, do I?
You do.
I do, okay.
May I grab a tissue?
So because it's informal document, it has to I know there's a lot of background involved in the state of Florida. But of course.
Your Honor, if I may,
Go ahead, it's your motion.
just last week, the school called me. Mind you, I have not been able to hold down a job. I can't go back to school. I tried. I was in class with honors for the first time in my life. And I had to stop going to school. I have not been able to have friends. Most of them leave because of my son and his behaviors. I don't have family anymore that can help because he's that vile at times.
Sending your son to live with his father sounds more about you and your inability to parent your child. It sounds like he has no discipline, like he has no respect for you, and he's acting out. Now, granted, I believe having his father in his life would greatly benefit him, but you're making this all about the hardships that you've had because of your son's behavior. And maybe that's part of the problem.
And I hate that they called me last week and sat me in a room with my son, who told me he wanted to kill me and bash my head in. And they released him to my custody as he is sitting there in front of HBH and the principal, which, by the way, was not at the table, taking their markers and drawing the name or the word killers on his arms. They released him to me and my two younger children that day. I couldn't call my mom for help. I had nowhere to turn. And I don't want to send my baby away because he's my firstborn. Yeah, I love him. I do, but he needs help. Help. He knows there's no repercussions. He knows that there's no limits and he doesn't care. He needs his other family that he hasn't been around. He needs to know that there are other people that care about him and that love him and want to see him succeed. And I really believe that his father can help him. He learns differently than other children. He has anger issues. His dad understands this because his dad they're not much different from each other. It's just one is older and more wiser and has already learned. I really feel like he would benefit so great from being around his dad. And I feel like he's been robbed of 8 years and it wasn't his fault. And I have tried and I have already petitioned the courts for help. I have asked every attorney that was ever involved for help. And I'm not going to stop until it gets right because it was wrong. And I personally, as a mom and as once a spouse, I feel terrible because it was my kid who lied. He was trying to be a man and protect his sister. But the person she identified was not her father. And that man is in jail on criminal charges for exactly that.
Mr. McAdams, your response.
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you respond to this?
Yeah, I'm more than willing to take care of my son and raise my son the right way, in a polite way, in a good manner. The school board has been contacting me and sending me letters and CPS. A Miss Colette Feed with the Child Protective Services or Department of Health and Human Services has also reached out to me about the issue. And I'm very aware of his disabilities and his abilities. and I've been raising my nephew who has severe Tourette syndrome. And due to my plea agreement out of the state of Florida, when that case went up, my uncle has small cell lung cancer, brain cancer, stomach cancer, hepatitis B, and he has cirrhosis of the liver as well on top of that. And that was in November of last year when I was released on Thanksgiving Day. He was in the process of coming to get me, but about a week beforehand, he had to leave and go to the hospital. When he found out that was when he found out he had cancer. It was 7 days before the Thanksgiving. So I took the plea and intends to get back up here to help take care of him, because that's where I was at the time to begin with when I was arrested.
So you're saying you took a plea only because of your uncle?
Yes, sir. Family comes first, sir.
I understand that, but what did you plead to?
It was just simple child neglect with no bodily injury, no nothing. And once a parenting,
how much time in jail or prison? Is it felony or misdemeanor?
I think it was felony. I was on unsupervised probation until a parenting plan was established, and my unsupervised probation is terminated. And me and Mrs. Krasinski, or Stewart, sorry, was just in court on October 15th and had the injunctions lifted, so I can actually try to reach out and get contact with them and everything. But I'm just waiting for this court date to see what it pertains to.
When's the last time you talked to your son?
I haven't talked to my son since 2016.
8 years ago.
December 13th, 2016 was the morning actually it was December 12th of 2016 when I went to work at 4 o'clock that afternoon.
What were you charged with?
They were trying to charge me with lewd and lascivious on my daughter. And then when the plea agreement came through, they give me a plea of child neglect with no injury to anybody. And then on the day of the court date, they added my son as well on top of the deal, or on top of the plea agreement, while I had already accepted the deal. I went and accepted the deal, and when I said I accept the deal or whatever, so I can tend to my family and stuff because I was getting released, I sit in there for 3.5 years, Your Honor. I already lost a lot of my life, and it just was what it was. It's just like, how are you going to sit there and accuse someone of doing something they didn't do when half the time all I did was work? I put in 76, 78 hours a week doing heating and air conditioning for Power Air Conditioning out of Sarasota, Florida for 27 years. That's all I've ever done. And working is just my high ethics. I like being around my family. I like to work. I like to get things done. Then I shattered my leg in 2019 and I was down, disabled. I have 14 screws and 2 plates in my leg. I'm trying to get to work. I've got paperwork right here behind me with numerous Social Security disabilities that I've been dealing with for the past 5 years. Ken Nunny attorney at laws I've been dealing with since 2019. I've got all kinds of medical records. I have a whole book with itinerary sheets. I've got my medical records, everything. I've got my high school diploma records, my certification.
Did the state of Florida place you on any registry?
No, I'm not on. I don't have to register. It didn't pertain to.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, the woman said that the son made up the allegations to protect his little sister, or his older sister, his sister nonetheless, and that they actually caught the real person who did it, and it wasn't her father. And the real person that committed the crime is currently in prison serving time for the offense. So he legitimately was cleared of charges, but he had already accepted the deal because his uncle was sick and dying and he needed to tend to that.
That's why.
No, sir. No, I'm not. I don't have to register for anything because none of that was the case.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Presume you're an 8-year-old let's see, I'm sorry, 6 at the time, and it's been 8 years now, and you're 14, and you haven't seen a parent in 6 years, how would you feel if all of a sudden you were just plucked out of one home, sent to your other parent whom you haven't seen for 8 years?
He's
How would you?
my son. From what I know, is my son's been talking to my sister and video chatting with my sister and stuff that lives in Florida, and I live in Indiana. And he's been talking about me, wanting to get to meet me and be with me and all that stuff. And my sister,
I wasn't asking about what your son may be saying.
I can see that.
Child.
I'd rather have the opportunity to get to know my dad. I'd rather be there with my dad. If I could be there with my dad, I would. My dad's dead. So if I could be there with my dad, I'd be there in a heartbeat. I'd get to know my father. I'd take every opportunity I could to get to know my father. I'm taking every opportunity I can to get to know my children, to be back in my children's arms, to have them in mine. I don't see that any of this was this is so fun. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's just so unfair. It is. And it's just so unfair to me. It's so unfair to my children. That's the main thing that hurts me the most. It shouldn't continue like this. I do carpentry, framing, heating and air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, tile, drywall, everything you could possibly do under the sun. My uncles have owned contracting companies for years. And that's all I've ever done. I've been working with my uncle ever since I was 11 years old, helping him do portable signs with B&B Sign by Designs. I do stair lifts now on the sidelines just for a friend of mine that has got Hoosier stair lifts going. And that's what I've been doing. To help people in need.
Let's get back to this child, though. That's what we need to focus on. There was what I would call a permanent personal protection order that was granted in the state of Florida. There's an individual that was charged with lewd and lascivious behavior that sat in a jail cell for 3+ years. And there is basically a brick wall between parents based upon what I call this PPO, moving to another state, getting away from the individual, no contact for 8 years. And then all of a sudden, it just evaporates. I mean, isn't that essentially what happened?
In a way.
Pretty much, yeah. In a way, kind of, yes.
And I remember, court takes judicial notice of its own records. The plaintiff in this matter petitioned the court to have the PPO in Florida recognized in the state of Michigan, correct?
Yes, sir, I sure did.
And there was never any mention regarding the child, but Mom, isn't it true that you removed the PPO because you want the child to go with Dad?
No, I removed the PPO because of a new discovery.
What's the new discovery?
They identified the wrong man.
You can't write this stuff. This is real life.
And my daughter drew a picture of where it happened. And at first, I thought there's no way this could be true. But that drawing is of my best friend's bathroom. I didn't move there until later, well after I had already left Todd. And the man they identified lived with us.
Was that individual charged?
Yes.
What's the status of that matter?
He is in Orange County, Orlando right now. 30 counts of child distribution of pornography and
involving your child?
Yeah, my daughter was on his phone and his mother's phone. They call him Uncle. And at first glance, he looks a lot like Todd. I honestly have to say, that is why I dropped the PPO, because only you know where you've been. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I was trying to be a good parent. My kids said this is who hurt them. I went all the way pulling every stop I could, went to court every opportunity I had. I never wanted him to see daylight again. And that's the truth, Your Honor, I didn't. Because not only did he hurt her, but he hurt the whole family. I was with him for 14 years. I grew up, he had every bit of me, every bit of good, every bit of bad. We fought like kids and grew up. And I hated him every day. I had a hard time with the kids. I hated him even more than I was struggling. I hated him every breath. I hated him. Because I had to go through it, and I had to go through it alone, and I had to pick up all the pieces. The problem was, if you go back through the timeline, my son hated his sister. He tried to kill her multiple times. He tried to commit suicide 6 times. You know how devastating it is as a parent not to understand why your kid just wants to die, and then he starts to hate you.
I want you to hold on to that. Court sua sponte is going to call Ms. Kelly. So would you please step up to the witness stand? Please raise your hand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Levine, if you prefer, you can be seated at the table, or if you're comfortable.
Whatever, yeah, doesn't matter.
Okay. State your name and spell your last name.
Kelly Levine, Leavine.
Ms. Levine, you are one of the juvenile probation officers, correct?
Correct.
And we are discussing a minor child that is under your watch.
Yes.
Correct? And again, we don't want to mention the child's name, anything like that, but this child, how long have you been involved with this child?
Approximately about a year.
And the child's currently on consent?
Yes.
You've been hearing this. You know this child. Can you give the court any guidance or any understanding?
So I do know that he wants to go with dad. He is not happy here. He has voiced that from day one. He does not like his siblings. He has no respect for mom. And mom is not good at parenting him. She's tried. She has no supports here for him. He's now taking things up a notch where he has friends now that are inappropriate friends. He's experimenting with potentially drugs, alcohol, sexual activity. I honestly feel it would be in his best interest to have a change of placement.
What about the current file that you have?
Right now, it's looking toward, like it would go towards adjudication, but if there would be a change of placement of the juvenile, I would potentially close it if we could first make sure that once the juvenile transfers, he's involved in counseling, he's got school set up, everything is in place for the child to go with wherever he is moved to.
Do you know Mr. McAdams at all?
I do not.
You don't know his background or anything like that?
I just know everything that was expressed here about what injunctions there were and what I had heard when I talked to the state of Florida. And then everything is now apparently wiped away. I have not seen proof of that, but I mean, I've had no.
Well, the PPO is definitely gone. The file doesn't indicate that, but I don't know anything about these criminal charges. That's my biggest concern.
Yeah, I have no idea on the criminal charges of it. I wouldn't know, and I've never talked to Mr. McAdams.
Would you like the opportunity to speak with him?
I think it would be helpful, especially if it'd be necessary, if there is going to be a transition, we would need to make sure that things were set up prior to him can't just pick them up and go. It needs to be done appropriately with a smooth transition.
Right. Does it trouble you that it's been 8 years since there's been any contact between father and son?
I would say it doesn't. I see why there wasn't before, because there was it was an order that he couldn't do that. But knowing the juvenile, I'm not concerned that he wouldn't be able to just pick up where they left off.
I really appreciate your information.
Thank you.
It's a great help. I don't need to hear anything further on the issue at this point. The court is going to take the matter under advisement because under the DL file, I'm going to order that Ms. Levine set up an interview with Mr. McAdams. I'm going to ask her, and I know she's busy as all get out. She has many things to do. But I'm going to ask her to do some sort of investigation regarding the underlying criminal charges that were subsequently pled out. And this is no respect to Mr. McAdams. Mr. McAdams could be coming in as a concerned father. I don't know, but he's coming in as one way of looking at it. He's a concerned father that's trying to help his son. On the flip side, could I be sending the child into harm's way? I don't know. And again, I'm not judging it at this point. I don't know. But what I'm hearing is that I have a mother at wit's end and I have a father that's willing to step up. But I need to know about this history before I send the child anywhere. So I'm going to ask for a recommendation from Ms. Levine based upon her investigation. Obviously, time is of the essence because if the child's suffering or leading or going down the primrose path here, we need to strike while the iron's hot because it sounds like this young man needs help, regardless of where he's staying. So with that in mind, Ms. Levine, do you know how much time it would take to set this up? Yeah, good question.
It's my only day here this week. So I guess can he call me after this hearing?
Mr. McAdams, can you call Ms. Levine after this hearing?
Yes, Your Honor, I can definitely call her as soon as we hang up. I got a board. I could write her number down right now.
989?
989?
Yes. I will not renotice the hearing at this point. I'll wait for Ms. Levine's response on it and the court can issue a written order. I just want to make absolutely certain that this
I'm with
isn't
you.
child. That's all I'm concerned about.
Uh-oh. It seems to have cut off the last. There really wasn't much left. The judge basically just says he's going to issue a written order, and that was the end of it. So that's one we don't get to know the ending, but we get to hope that it turned out well for that boy. I hope they did give him to his father. I really do. Especially when they learned that he really didn't do it and they caught the guy that did. To me, that speaks volumes that should never have happened. And it's a definite reminder of why we have the innocent until proven guilty standard. So it sure was. All right, guys. Chris, I am so glad that you're home and monitoring hubby. Oh, honey. I'm sorry you guys are going through that. I really am. Seems like everybody has had kind of that day or that week. Hello, Marcus Roth 24. Good to see you, honey. I'm closing up shop for the night. You missed all the cases. Yeah. It seems like the father has a little bit of an idea on how to handle a wild child, so I think it would be good for him. Hell, I think it'd be good for them both. I'm sorry. You gotta hit me up earlier. Oh, I did. Thank you for reminding me. You're so good about that. Yes, I did. Okay. Watch to the end. A little temper tantrum. What? 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 Oh. Do you have something to say? What? Are you going to move so that I can get up? Thank you. That was very polite of you. Are you having a little temper tantrum? What? I love it. I love it. I love it. She's so funny. Absolutely. Thank you so much. She is. She is. Oh, she's judging you all right. You want to see the new clip? Okay, give me a second. Oh. All right. Are you getting jealous? Hi. Hello. Hello. Are you getting jealous? I love those babies. Earl and Ava are best buddies. They sure are. Pretty much. That's what I live with. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. You guys have been amazing, and you've kept me smiling and laughing this whole time. And I truly appreciate you. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.